guys, Kayci here, welcoming you to my world. If you're a regular, then welcome back. And if you're new here, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button for weekly content. Kayci's World.
Check it out. I see you through your window while I'm standing on a tree outside.
What? You know what we're here for today. It is another story time, and I know that you guys like my story times, so you're welcome. Today what I'm going to be talking about is how I met James Snyder. James Snyder played Malcolm in She's the Man, and that's who he is. She's the Man is my favorite movie, like one of my favorite movies of all time. I just watched it yesterday again, which is what inspired me to make this video. But yeah, great movie. And if you haven't seen it, 10 out of 10 would recommend. It's great. It's inspired by, I think, 12th Night. It's inspired by 12th Night. So like, I think, yeah, Duke Orsino is actually like, you know, Duke Orsino.
I cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love as great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's side can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much.
Hello.
Hi, it's Viola. Sebastian told me to call you. I'd love to go to dinner.
Yeah, what? Yeah, can I call you back? Cause I gotta change my feet.
Anyways, I'm like, me like being a theater nerd and a film junkie is like, the connections, wow! Anyways, moving on, let's get into the nitty gritty of how I met this guy, right? So you've seen the picture, it's in the title, obviously you've seen it. So actually, he was a lead role in If When with Idina Menzel.
Oh, here we go.
Me and my school, I think it was me and the music department went to go see If When. And now when I went to go see it the first time, I fell in love with him and who he was in the play. He was like this Igor guy, and he was just like the sweetest person ever, obviously, which is why Idina Menzel fell in love with him. Makes sense. Like, I fell in love with him, and I was like, I can't shake the feeling that I know this guy from somewhere, but I don't know where he's from. Like, I'm very confused, you know? I'm very confused. We left the play, and I took that picture with him. I took a picture with everybody from the show, obviously. I'm a theater junkie. But there were some people that were bringing him She's the Man posters. And I was like, what? I've seen that movie a dozen times. And like, what? Like, it wasn't, you know, clicking for me per se. I wasn't really understanding, you know what I mean? And then I got home and then I was curious, like, where do I know this guy from? And why were people bringing him She's the Man posters? So I looked up James Snyder and it says Malcolm in She's the Man. And I was like, what? I'm so dumb. That looks exactly like him. It's not like he morphed into a different, like, that looks exactly like him. I don't know how I like missed that, but I missed that. And I was like so pissed off because I really just wanted to talk to him about this freaking song that he made, right? Like, it's so dumb, but it's so perfect. Like, where do you come up with this stuff, right? And I wanted to have a conversation with him about that, but, you know, the day was over and I didn't even know that was him. I didn't put two and two together. And little tip for anyone who's manifesting, you know, it works, you know. I've realized this a million years later, but like technically what happened was I kind of manifested meeting him again. So what happened was I wrote something on Facebook, posted the picture of us, the one that's in the thumbnail. And I was like, oh my God, how could I not realize this? This is insane. This is freaking the caretaker of Malvolio the spider, you know? And I see you through the this is the Malcolm, and like I missed it and I'm angered, and I was like, please, I need to go see this again. You know, since I went to go see it with the music academy at my school, you know, we only paid like $20 for it, I think. And you know, Broadway tickets are fucking expensive. So, you know, $20 wasn't gonna cut it again. I would have to pay like an arm and a leg, especially for being a high school student. It's like, fuck. So I just posted on Facebook and I felt like an idiot for like a whole week. I was like, damn, I'm freaking dumb. I watched She's the Man again and I was like, oh, how did I not realize this? This makes me angry. And then, believe it or not, the next week, my drama academy said they were going to go see the freaking musical. Like, I was floored because it was a senior year, junior year, one of them, and I happened to be both in the music academy and in the drama academy, so both departments went to go see it, and I got lucky enough to see it twice, as long as I paid the $20. And I was like, $20, sure, to see James Snyder again and actually have a conversation? Of course I'm going to pay that money. I would give an arm and a leg to see James Snyder again. What? And James Snyder, if you're watching this, I'm sorry that I almost gave you a heart attack. And for the viewers that don't understand what I mean, I'm getting to it. So anyways, watch the show again, you know, got a deeper meaning. Obviously, that's always what happens when you watch things twice. Fell in love even more with James Snyder and his acting technique and his voice. Like, anyway, moving on. So it was the end of the musical. I was with my friend Sharona, and I was like, Sharona, can you believe I did not know that was Malcolm? And she was like, how would you not know that was Malcolm? It looks just like Malcolm. And I was like, but yeah, so then we were standing outside and it was like, now I had this whole newfound excitement. Like before it was like, you're James Snyder, you know, and I think you're really freaking cool because you're a talented actor and this is a professional business relationship that I would like to form. But now it was like, oh my God, you're Malcolm, she's the man and I love you so much. So getting to the part of how I almost gave him a heart attack, instead of telling you about it, why don't I just show you? Yeah, James Snyder was coming out of the stage door. The minute that I saw him, you know what, let me show you. Let me show you.
What?
Not my proudest moment. Definitely not my proudest moment, yeah. I screamed like a fucking pterodactyl. I saw him and it was like I did a fucking mating call. I saw him and it was like I saw a brand new pair of shoes. Yeah, I don't know, okay? I don't know what happened. I just had so many emotions and it was like, oh my God, you're fucking Malcolm. I low-key idolize you. You're also James Snyder and you're fucking talented and you're hot. And also I had all these like, you know, frustrated emotions like, damn, I'm so dumb. How did I not realize that was him? I'm an idiot. Anyway, he did like, I ain't even joking, like he got hella scared. He was like, holy fuck, you know, someone's coming for me. I'm about to die. Jesus, take the wheel. Take it from my hands. Like, homeboy saw the light because I screamed like a pterodactyl. Homeboy was probably like, oh my God, I've traveled back in time. There was a dinosaur chasing me. Oh no. Like, I'm 100% sure that's what went through his mind. No, he probably was like, oh my God, a psycho. Oh no, someone called a popo. I did kind of have a conversation with him when he walked over. I was like, sorry, I got really excited. And he was like, it's okay. But I could tell that on the inside, he was like, bitches these days be bonkers. Yes. Me and my friend Sharona, and we were like, so how did you come up with that? Because that's literally like our favorite part of She's the Man. And he was like, oh, that was improvised. Like they wanted me to sing a song, but they didn't give me any direction. So I came up with that on the spot. And I was like, that blew my whole mind. And like I said, I watched She's the Man again yesterday. Blows my mind, you know? He came up with that on the spot. They were like, rolling, action. I see you through my window, but I'm standing on a chair outside. Like, I'm sorry, you should get a record deal, and it should be like a full song. And I think my friend Sharona was doing most of the talking because I was kind of like a ball of nerves and I didn't want to further, you know, give him more palpitations. So my friend Sharona was like, yeah, that should be like a full song. And I was like, yeah! Not my finest moment. But you know what? I have a photo with him and I did meet him twice. And I will forever, you know, have mixed emotions about my encounter with him. Part of me is like, that's amazing. I met you. Every time I watch She's the Man, I'm like, we have breathed the same oxygen. Me and you, James, we're not that different. James, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for almost giving you a heart attack before. And if you're like getting palpitations again because I'm a little cuckoo bananas, I apologize in advance. I have grown up a little bit, yeah. I'm 24 now. Before I was a teenager. Message for you right now. Thank you so much for just being the talented person that you are and for putting your whole self into, you know, She's the Man. I know it's a comedic role, but you did that role justice. I don't see anybody else being able to take on Malcolm other than you. And for If Then, that was such a deep, beautiful role, and it was such a contrast. It was such a contrast from Malcolm, but they were both done very beautifully, and that tells me that you're a very versatile actor, and that's wonderful. If you're ever in any other plays or you're doing something else, I'd love to check that out. So if you stumble upon this video somehow, drop a comment, maybe drop a like, subscribe if you feel like it. Just saying. Moving past that, yeah, so that day I always kind of have mixed emotions about. Like, it's partly like, oh my god, I met you, and then part of it is like, wow, I almost gave you a heart attack. You know, and not the first person, I also almost gave Zachary Quinto a heart attack too. Sorry, Zachy there. I guess that's pretty much the entire story time. I have another story time where I met Matthieu Morrison, but I forgot his name was Matthieu. It's a whole freaking thing. I can do another story time if you want to hear about the time that I met Matthieu Morrison / Will Schuester from Glee. I can definitely tell you that story and you can get, you know, secondhand embarrassment from me. But that is all for this story time. If you made it this far, then comment the spider emoji because Malvolio, duh. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and come back next week. All right, bye baby dolls. I love you so much.